안녕, welcome to my channel K-Math. Today we are going to learn how to find the average rate of change. But first, why do we even care about it? It tells us how much the output changes for every unit of input. That's exactly what a slope means, how much the output changes for every unit of input. So, the average rate of change is just the slope between 2 points. But what kind of slope is it? It's the slope of a secant line. So, what is a secant line? It's a line that connects 2 points on the curve, like this. So, the average rate of change is just the slope of the secant. Here is a graph of f of x. Let's say we pick two x values a and b. Then the points on the graph are a, f of a and b, f of b. If we connect these 2 points, that's the secant line. And the slope of that line, that's the average rate of change between these 2 points. Now, how do we find that slope? Do you remember how to find the slope of a line? Slope is just change in y over change in x. In other words, rise over run, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So, the average rate of change is f of b minus f of a over b minus a. That's the same as output minus output over input minus input. It really represents the slope of the secant line. It's very simple. Let's practice with examples. Here is the first example. Let's determine the average rate of change for the function fx from x equals 1 to x equals 3. Remember, the formula for the average rate of change is f of b minus f of a divided by b minus a. Let's say a equals 1 and b equals 3. But you could switch them 3 as a and 1 as b. It doesn't really matter which is which. Just keep the same order. Let's start with f of 1. Just plug in x equals 1 into the function, which is 1 squared minus 2 times 1 equals to 1 minus 2 equals minus 1. Now, what about f of 3? Which is 3 squared minus 2 times 3 equals to 9 minus 6. It gives me 3. Now, we have 2 points, 1 comma minus 1 and 3 comma 3. Let's plug these 2 points into the formula. So, the average rate of change is f of 3 minus f of 1 divided by 3 minus 1, which is 3 minus minus 1 over 2, which is 4 over 2. It gives me 2. Let's think about what this means on the graph. If you graph the function, it looks like this. Here is the point 1 comma minus 1. This one is 3 comma 3. If you connect these 2 points, that's the secant line. The slope of this line is the average rate of change we found. Here is the next example. Jungkook is draining water from a hot tub. In this case, V is the volume of water in liter, and T is the time in minutes. Let's look at how the volume changes over time. it is decreasing as time goes by. Let's calculate the average rate of change over the interval from t equals 30 to t equals 90. At t equals 30 minutes, the volume is 900 liters. So here is the point 30, 900. Also, at t equals 90 minutes, the volume is 100 liters. Here is the second point 90, 100. Let's draw the second line that connects these 2 points. The slope of this second line represents the average rate of change. In this case, the slope of the second line is v of 90 minus v of 30 over 90 minus 30 equals to 100 minus 900 divided by 60, which is minus 800 over 60. It gives me minus 13.3. Let's think about what this number means. The top of the fraction is volume in liter, and the bottom is time in minutes. So, our average rate of change is minus 13.3 liter per minute. This means the volume of water is decreasing on average at the rate of 13.3 liter per minute between 30 and 90 minutes. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.